mentioned. I appreciate that. And I'm here with the 4 friends, so please come and join me. And as we come and sit together, I would love to read 3 quotes I wrote today during the choice session. And Shelton shared with us the learning community principles. So this is me practicing the first one, learning from the experts. So I attended the choice session and I wrote my notes. So 3 quotes from the choice session I attended. The first one, it takes intentionality to be in community. The second one, learning community, this is how we express ourselves as a WWO movement. And the last one, result of learning community approach is effective collaboration. And I can only add to that from my perspective, and my heart is really full of gratitude, that collaboration is not only rewarding, but it is truly life-giving and shaping those who are attending and who are part of the collaborative effort. So I would like to welcome here friends from 4 different countries, from Bulgaria, from Kenya, from Egypt, and from India. And we would love to hear now from them, their perspective on challenges and success when it comes to collaboration. And I would like to welcome here the people I call friends and colleagues. Ivan Minchev from Bulgaria. Welcome, Ivan. And a few words about Ivan. Ivan is leading Bulgaria Without Orphans facilitation team. His full-time job is business company manager. And as a volunteer, besides Bulgaria Without Orphans involvement, he coordinates the youth network of Bulgarian Evangelical Alliance. Then we have here Anne Kasombo from Nairobi, Kenya. Welcome, Anne. And Anne serves as a CBN Regional Director for East Africa and as a country leader for Kenya Without Orphans, and also she's an Africa Regional Ambassador. And then we have here Nardine Mata. Welcome, Nardine, from Egypt. Nardine is Program Manager for the Social Empowerment and Protection Programs of Life Vision for Development, NGO, serving in Egypt. And Gary, welcome here. Gary from India. And Gary is National Director for Viva India, good friend. And he's also actively engaged in promoting World Without Orphans vision and the best practices in the other countries of South Asia region. We would love to hear from 4 of you about the challenges and success of collaboration in your region. So let's start with challenges. How do you overcome challenges in collaboration? Let's start with you, Ivan.
Hello, everyone. My journey with World Without Orphans started in 2019 when you, Lubo, invited me to participate in the 2nd Global Forum. And I knew that when I go back home, I need to do something to help, but I didn't know what exactly. And another problem for me was that I already had too many things on my plate, and I had to make a room in my mind and in my life for something new. So we had quite many challenges in the beginning. There was one group of people that grabbed the vision, but a different one continued the work. Probably the greatest challenge was that the lady that was first appointed as a chairman decided to leave even before the work has started. Another thing is that I didn't know anyone from the Bulgarian team before joining, and my original plan was just to be a regular team member, and I was definitely not planning to lead the team, especially a team with people that I hardly knew. But with God's leading, help from my colleague Christina, the support of the European facilitation team, we are on the right track, growing and starting to see results.
So you are not a regular team member right now. You're leading the team.
I'd say the biggest challenge for us is time. And we realized that in the last forum, that every time we go back home, we don't even have time to meet, amongst many other challenges. So we met here for the first time as the Kenyan team, And then we went back home and started planning on how we are going to carry on with the work for World Without Orphans Kenya. But the time challenge continued because people have different priorities. You have a full-time job where you're already working, and this is something you need to collaborate on. So if you're not intentional about time, you're not intentional about putting aside a schedule that we are going to meet at this particular time, or we are going to have a Zoom or something, that has been our biggest challenge. We have been able to try and overcome it during COVID. Before COVID, we met physically. During COVID, we started meeting online, but still a big challenge because sometimes you'll plan activities and people are not available on that particular day. So time has been our greatest challenge, I would say. And it's something that you have to be we are coming together for a common motive, so let's put aside our other priorities for the time being and come together. Yeah.
Seems like the word intentionality was mentioned here before, and now again you said we need to be intentional.
You have to be very intentional about it.
Thank you. Nardine, what are the challenges in Egypt?
Okay, I may speak of two challenges. First of all, how we find each other and how we identify who are the members of this collaboration team or collaboration group. And how we overcame this is by talking and talking and talking anytime and every time, everywhere, on a dinner, on Facebook, on anything. This is how we found and identified each other. And what's really good about such a forum and any other gathering is that those things make us talk. Before coming, we talk. During we are here, we talk. After we leave, we also keep talking. And what I encourage everyone to do is just keep talking about the cause and about it till you find each other. Second challenge is that we were from different backgrounds. We were from different churches, different denominations. And that's not an easy thing in our country or in our culture. And we may talk about different practical things on how to overcome this, but if we really want to focus on the one and most important thing is that we need to break the walls, and we need to have Jesus take the lead and be the coronary chief stone. And as in Ephesians 2, we need to focus and establish our leadership and our mission on the first says he is our peace, and he has made both one, and he has broken down the middle walls of separation. So we have to leave our differences and our egos and the things that we really want to hold on back and just be there, and just as also they, in World Without Orphans, they taught us the concept of a child in the center. And I would say that also looking at this child at the center and to Jesus at the center is the main thing to really overcome these different backgrounds and denominations.
Thank you, Nardine. And what about what we will hear from India? Can you share with us what are the challenges you are facing in India when it comes to collaboration? Gary?
When it becomes too hard, I pass on the challenge to Anu. We are collaborating, you see. So, and Anu gathers up people, and that's a gift so that she has. And then it's my job to kind of talk about collaboration and hope that they come together to work collectively. The challenge is not with the practitioners. The practitioners understand that children need to be in the families. It's with, let's say, the church groups, the church leaders, and with the public at large, because they still think institutionalizing orphan children is a better option. So it's more to do with vision. How do we cast this vision? I think World Without Orphans puts it very beautifully, at least for the Christian audience. But how do we collaborate around this vision in a secular setting, especially in our country? So to have more people and to mobilize more people.
Thank you, Gary, and maybe you can continue and help me to hear the answer for the second question I have, and the question about the success. Can you share with us the one or two the success stories of collaboration from your concept, either context, either from India or from the South Asia region?
Yeah, collaboration, I think unintentionally it happened at various levels during the COVID time, when World Without Orphans was involved in developing the parenting tips. And that was something developed with CDC, WHO, and World Without Orphans. Support, the resources were made, and then they were passed around the world. And then we sort of looked at them and contextualized them with the people working on the grassroots, and contextualized them in our language in a way we could, send it out to families to be more effective. And that sort of collaboration happened also at the grassroots. So you just don't need collaboration, something that's good happening on top level. Also, for it to be implemented and being successful, you need people at the grassroots also to collaborate. And then I think we sort of, the South Asia team formed the bridge between the grassroots and the top level to implement that program and bless many, many families during COVID time. So.
Thank you, Gary. And if you would like to know more, you can find Gary and all the other panelists during the break and ask your own questions. And I know that one of the stories from India is that how Gary entered the seemingly not right doors, finding out that those doors led to the right person. And that person say, this is not the office you're looking for, but let me talk about the children and how church could be engaged. And so God is using them and leading them to stories of success in very unusual way there. And can you, Nardine, also share with us some stories from your country?
Yeah, I believe because of the blessing of different churches and different denominations, we were able last year to have the Coptic Church, which is the majority of the Christians in Egypt, to issue an official recommendation for all the Christian orphanages to start cooperating on the cause of placing children into families, because we have a big challenge with Christian orphanages and fostering Christian children in Egypt. That's on the high level, strategic level, and honestly, what matters to me most is every successful reunification happened or fostering happened to children. So seeing children's smile and real sense of safety and security was really priceless all this time.
Thank you, Nardine. And anything to add from Kenya?
Yes, I'm going to share two stories. So we started working with a sub-county government in two different locations, in Ngong County and Githunguri County. These are close to Nairobi. And the time constraint became too much, especially in one area. But in the second area, we went to celebrate Orphan Sunday. And the pastor who invited us is our chairman of the pastors around there. And we were able to move very fast in his region because we all were intentional now about time. But the one other area, we didn't move fast. We've trained a few foster parents, but we were trying to introduce an emergency foster care program. So one of the success stories, I would say, last November, December, we celebrated foster families, over 100 foster families. We brought them together in collaboration with the government. Actually, we let the government lead this initiative together with the church, the pastors in Githunguri. It was such a successful event, a whole week of training potential foster parents, training existing foster parents, bringing them together in a learning community, and giving them certificates that they could hang on their walls to say thank you for taking in a child into your family, which other parents and visitors can come into their houses and see. And it was a whole week event, and on the last day, the children came and they had fun with Gizmo and Superbook, and the media. It was such a good collaboration that we realized our setback in time before became a great comeback for us.
Thank you, and before we will ask Ivan the same question, if you can share the story, I will just mention that it seems like that collaboration is a journey, and I like to think about it as a 6C journey, starting with initial contact, clarification, communication, clarification, commitment, collaboration, and community. And if you have a community with like-minded vision, then really, again and again, you see the collaborative efforts and success. And so, where Bulgaria Without Orphans is there a story we can hear from you?
Yes. So our movement was started in 2021, and we are a relatively new movement, and we understand that it takes time for seeing significant results. But there are two specific things that I would like to highlight from our story. And the first thing is our Thrive conference, which we did back in 2022. That was the first time when we gathered pastors, NGO leaders, social workers, and we talked about the problems of the vulnerable children in Bulgaria and how we can collaborate so we can serve these children better. And the second thing was an opportunity that we had to serve the Ukrainian refugees that fled from the war. This happened back in March 2023, and together with YWAM, we organized a workshop for 50 parents, and we trained them how to support their children in dealing with trauma experienced as a result of loss and displacement.
Thank you, Ivan. So once more time, I'm encouraging you to find opportunity and to learn more, if you would like, and talk with Anne, with Nardine, with Gary, and you might find also Ivan. He's a shy person involved in a couple of the leadership networks, but I think that he would be more than willing to answer your questions. So I'm very thankful to all of you, Gary, Nardine, and Ivan, for answering and standing here on the platform. We would like to inspire you. We would like to invite you. We would like to just encourage you to take a step and either start or nurture the collaborative efforts in your country, in your city, in your church, in your region. Thank you. Thank you all.